ready to join a bunch of people and board this vessel with Captain Kerry Dawson. Destination, Knight Inlet, here on the coast of British Columbia. Now, not only is Kerry a fine skipper, she's also an expert on grizzly bears. Best of all, she knows exactly where to take us to see them.
Good morning, Tightrope Tours. My name is Kerry Dawson. I'm the naturalist guide for Tightrope Tours.
Naturalist guide. Is bears your specialty?
Not really, actually. My specialty was birds.
You're a biologist.
I'm a biologist, that's right.
And a naturalist.
And a naturalist.
Now you're taking people out to see grizzlies.
That's right.
Kind of a neat profile. Huh?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Well, basically, the way the tour works is we depart daily from Telegraph Cove. It's on northern Vancouver Island.
So what is it like living in Telegraph Cove?
It's a really unique and interesting place.
You live here in the summer?
I live here for the summer months, for 5 months of the year.
Good morning, Marilyn.
The people here are great.
Yeah, we're heading out very shortly. Great. How many? I think we got a full boat.
Telegraph Cove is a historic experience.
Yeah.
Well, you've got the old floating hospital, the old bunkhouse, the old sawmill, and some of the first settlers, their actual homes. There's always something going on. There's fishermen pulling in their fish, there's people coming back from the whale tours, there's the bear watchers.
Kerry, where are we heading?
We're going to head up Knight Inlet, which is one of the longest, deepest inlets on the BC mainland coast.
Now, where are you from?
I'm originally from Vancouver, but I grew up in London, Ontario, and then I returned to BC 15 years ago, and worked in parks as a naturalist. But then this opportunity came up working with the grizzly bears, and I jumped at it, and it's been very rewarding, and I've been doing it for 5 years now.
Do you always get to see bears on a tour like this?
We don't guarantee a bear sighting, but we haven't missed a day yet this year.
Wow. Why is it that they're there every day like that?
Well, the bears have learned that there's a good salmon run in that estuary every year. And besides, it's a really luscious estuary, so the bears come down, they feed on the sedge grass. At low tide, there's basically a seafood buffet laid out for them twice a day. So it's got a great supply of food. We're going to be arriving shortly in the estuary. Just a few things though, I want to remind people that we don't want anybody to shout at the bears to get their attention for a photo. No whistling at the bears. Patience is all we need to get the best photograph.
Somewhere right in there, in those marshes, are grizzlies. Where are they?
Not yet. Still the elusive grizz at the moment.
So we just have to be patient.
I think what we'll do is we'll drop an anchor and we'll just wait. We'll have a look around until we find one.
Do the bears know when they have to come out?
Well, the bears can actually come out at any time, but we find that we have the most success at low tide.
The bears know the tides or the sea?
Well, they can smell it from the forest. They rely mostly on their sense of smell. Their sense of smell is about 100 times better, if not more, than ours.
So it's good to be on the water and not there.
That's right.
There's nothing out there yet.
No bears. Yeah. They're waiting. They're waiting for the water to drop.
In this estuary, we're on nature's time, and waiting is the only option. For Kerry, it's a way of life. For half the year, day in and day out. In the evenings back in Telegraph Cove, her cat called Smudge keeps her company in their tiny summer trailer.
Who's slaying any critters?
During the winter, the pair keep house in the city of Comox, where Kerry teaches piano, composes music, and plays in bands. She also writes stories about the grizzlies she has seen.
I think I've learned more from 5 years of watching bears on a daily basis than you could ever learn in a million books. There's so many things that I see that just aren't in the books, that they swear, doesn't happen, and yet we see it.
We're just like kids.
Yeah. You don't usually hear growling really at this time of year while they're doing mostly grazing. We heard the other day the cub crying for mom, just like howling the whole time.
What does it sound like? A puppy howling?
it's just like.
There's our first bear, folks.
Not enough. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have him. That's the first one. He's moving along pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do you recognize him? Which one is he?
This is a bear called Panda.
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 This one?
Yeah, I've seen Panda since he was a cub of the year 5 years ago. I've photographed this bear for every year for 5 years.
From a little teeny cub that wouldn't leave his mom's side, nipping at her legs, to a bear now that chases off other bears.
How many photographs have you taken of him?
I've got over 8,000 images of grizzly bears.
8,000.
Yeah.
You have so many pictures of these beautiful grizzlies.
Right.
Who sees them?
Well, a lot of people see them because part of my winter activity is give talks and slideshows to different clubs and groups.
You're a grizzly ambassador.
In a sense, I suppose.
Amazing.
I find incredible beauty in seeing a grizzly bear walking through the sedge grass. It just stirs something inside of me that's just spectacular.
Well, he seems very comfortable considering the boats are only feet away.
Very peaceful, in fact. Grizzly bears will go out of their way to avoid conflict with each other and with people.
My nearest grizzly, a grizzly called Panda.
Panda the grizzly.
Yeah.
What do you say there? You going to get us?
I showed up.
Worth getting a little wet for, don't you think?
That's why only one is out. Too wet for them.
Well, that makes the whole trip worthwhile.
Oh, totally.
Absolutely fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, people have said this is what I came to Canada for.
How does that make you feel?
Makes me feel great that I can show and share something that we're very fortunate to have here.
It's made the trip worthwhile. Seen a real BC grit.
Panda is there.
And I like the fact that I'm changing people's perceptions and attitudes. And I think we need more people that understand the bears more instead of misunderstanding them.
Seasick.
At the end of a day watching bears, I feel a peace, like, it's hard to explain. Very at peace and happy, inspired.